Hello, my friends. I believe Bixwear might have already covered this evening. My video is going to go live tomorrow morning, whatever. I just want to tell you, I've got 4 videos that I just searched for the word unwind in my own YouTube channel, and it shows May 17, 2017, the first one, as far as using the word unwind in the title. 1 out of 4. Realist News, the Fed's balance sheet, capital letters, will never unwind, in my opinion. Next one, QE unwind starts October 1st, rate hike in December. That was September 21st. This is all 2017. September was the next one, October 21st. Is the Fed getting cold feet about the QE unwind? And then November 5th, the Fed actually begins its QE unwind. Or did they? Those were my videos. Just want to put that out there because that was 2 years ago. And matter of fact, the May one, we call it 2.5 years ago. My initial one that I said will never unwind. They have a chart on this video, in this Zero Hedge article I'm going to read you. But the bottom line, I'll just make this video quick. Zero Hedge, massive, huge, largest ever. Fed will flood the market with gargantuan $500 billion in liquidity to avoid the year-end repo crisis. Keeping in mind, they told us in September, oh, it's just going to last through October. As soon as we hit November, it's over. October something was the actual date. We're not going to keep doing this repo stuff. It's temporary. It's temporary liquidity. October, wow. Not only did you guys do it in October, oh my God. Hundreds of billions. There's like $1 trillion. November kept going. December, we're there now, December the 12th. Still going, like the Energizer Bunny, still going. And it's about to get a whole lot larger. Biggest ever. And I'll just read you the last part of this. In other words, instead of QE4, quantitative easing, the Fed will just flood the repo market with a fire hose of liquidity. Here's how Curvature Scrim summarized this. One word, massive. A few words. The largest series of repo operations ever. The Fed announced its repo operation schedule for the next few weeks, and it is huge. Here are my calculations. There are 2 existing $25 billion term operations over the turn already in the market, totaling $50 billion. The Fed committed to at least $150 billion overnight operation on year-end. A reg start year in operation on the day before, $75 billion. Between now and end of year, total of 6 term repo operations totaling $225 billion. All total, I count the Fed committing to pumping $500 billion in the repo market over year end. Naturally, the turn, 12/31.5, rallied a bit today, trading from 4.25% yesterday to 3.8% today. There's more. Add in the incremental liquidity from the expanded overnight repo of about $50 billion and add another $60 billion in T-bill purchases, and the Fed will inject a total of just shy of $500 billion in just the next 30 days. I'm going to get to the point of why I told you about my videos in a second. This also means, as a matter of fact, it might be here. This also means that by January the 14th, the Fed's balance sheet, you know, the one that the QE unwind, remember the unwind? We're going to lower our balance sheet. By January 14th, the Fed's balance sheet, so one month from right now, would have grown or will have grown by a cumulative $365 billion in temporary repos. And together with the expanded overnight repos and the $60 billion a month in T-bill purchases, and by mid-January, the Fed's balance sheet, currently at $4.066 trillion, here it is, will surpass its all-time high of $4.5 trillion. And $4.5 trillion is the number I was showing in those 4 videos I was talking about. Look how much money they've created sitting on their quote-unquote balance sheet. It still counts. It's our money. It's our tax dollars that have to deal with this. Although they start unwinding, they're going to reduce it by $10 billion to $30 billion. They're going to ramp it up to $30 billion. And next year, they're going to ramp it up to $60 billion a month. And they did for a few months. And I said, oh, look, they're going to make good on their word. Look, watch this. And I still said, how long do you think they're going to be able to do this for? This will be temporary. Something's going to happen. We didn't see it coming. We didn't know. And they're going to have to reverse it. We can only go higher. Because the whole system is a Ponzi scheme. That is why I have precious metals like silver and why I sit on my crypto. And yes, I trade a little bit too. But my big stash, it sits right there. I won't touch my big stash of crypto no matter what. Until the prices are right, of course, then I'll unload it, or most of it. So the question then is whether this will be sufficient to refute the repo doomsday predicted by Mr. Pazar, one which was supposed to launch QE4, or will the Fed's gargantuan liquidity injection still not be enough and lead to a collapse in the repo market? Well, we'll find out in the next 3 weeks. And that guy, Pazar, I saw that they had an article about him linked on on Zero Hedge or whatever. Last couple of days, it's still there actually. I mean, it didn't go anywhere. It's just not on the front page anymore. Where this guy, I thought, man, I wonder if I should do a video about this guy calling for this big doomsday market crash event because of the Fed. And I said, yeah, again, he makes sense. He's looking at the right stuff. Any other day, I'd say, yeah, we need to pay attention to this. But I always hear back in the back of my mind, it's like way back here, Donald Trump is still your president. Your mother told you, as long as that man is president, we will not have some kind of major crash. Okay. Could my mom be wrong? Absolutely. For sure. Yeah. Hope not. But we just had a record stock market again. We're back at the top again. Here it is on the 12th. Again, the market's touching the top again. It's right there. And I think I was just watching a piece of a Gregory Mannarino video where he just said it again. Oh, yeah, we're at the top. He said, barring a black swan event, he says, I told you on Sunday, barring a black swan event, markets are probably going to hit an all-time high this week. Yes, that's a Big 10-4. That's a Big 10-4. So, like they're saying, well, what about the next 30 days? I get the next 3 weeks. We're going to find out. So maybe they won't have to do QE4. We'll just call it something else. Look at the repo market. That's all it is, repo market. Backdoor bailout. Once again, it's a bailout one way or the other. My question is, where are the banks getting all these assets? I mean, how could they just have all these assets that are backing these repo operations they're doing? They were left with a bag of worthless mortgages in 2008. Fed stepped in. Here's 100 cents on the dollar. We're not going to mark any of those down. We'll take your word that there's great stuff inside those bags of, mortgages bundled together. Oh, yeah, look, we got the cream of the crop. Oh, yeah, look at the top ones. Oh, yeah, they're good. They're real great mortgages. But everything underneath the first few is complete dog crap. And you still gave them 100 cents on the dollar. Yeah, of course. But you, the person that lived in the house, sorry about your luck. Get out. The Fed gave them a bailout for the banks. They kicked you out of the house. They kept the house. They got the money. And then they got the extra money when they sold the house through the foreclosure process. Because those houses that they did have access to, they did sell for foreclosure prices, which sucked back then. So the banks did take a loss, but they got bailed out anyways. And again, you lose no matter what. You don't win unless you pull a JSNP 4 and you quit paying your mortgage like I did, and I fought the banks because of the crap that I uncovered with my mortgage, and they didn't want to fight me anymore when we decided to put a couple of those people under deposition. Nope, no. Immediate response. We'd like to do a cash for key settlement, and we will, as part of the agreement, we will not go after you for a deficiency judgment. We won't do anything. Just let us foreclose. Here's more money. My lawyer told me. None of the deals like this he's ever dealt with did they offer as much as they offered me. And you know what I still said? Watch this. To the lawyer, watch this. I want more than that. Counteroffer. Guess what? They came back with a counter, but it was higher than the initial amount that already freaked him out. My wife said, this house is getting too small. We've been here long enough. Let's get the hell out of here. Okay. Stayed in the house. This is 2016 to 2017. Had a house we were renting. Crypto starts going crazy high. I'm in Veritasium. And I'm getting these letters in the mail from some mortgage lender that I don't know who it is, saying that I'm behind on my payments to my house, the old house. The old house, I signed a legal agreement that they could foreclose, not send it off to somebody else and sell the damn mortgage to another company who's now hitting my credit score along with Bank of America. Both of y'all are hitting my credit score? Now, Bank of America, I understood you had to do it because, I mean, the agreement didn't say you wouldn't hit my credit score for the foreclosure part. I mean, I get it. It was just the monetary value, and you're not going to come after me. You're not going to do deficiency judgment or nothing like that. But the pal you sent it to or sold it to, you're in breach of contract. You are in breach of contract. You weren't supposed to do that. You did it anyways. And now they're hitting my credit score. So you know what old Snip did? I'm going to contact, the 3 main credit rating agencies. Let me fire off a little letter. My credit score is being hit twice. I have a legal agreement document that says they were not supposed to sell to somebody else. And they did anyways. And now they're both hitting my credit score. But mainly the second one. I've explained to them, I have the deal with Bank of America. You can't do this. Can you send it to us? Actually, I can't. The agreement's between Bank of America and myself. And no third parties are allowed unless explicitly allowed or whatever by their lawyer. Here's their lawyer. Here's their information. Here's the case number. Contact them. Well, when you replied to us, sir, you didn't sign your name at the bottom of the letter. You mean the one where I just gave you the lawyer stuff? So what? Who cares if I signed it or didn't sign it? It's not a legal document. I'm just having a communication with you. Here's their information. Call them. Nah, they kept sending me letters. They kept hitting my credit score. Okay. Time to fire off the letters to the credit rating agencies. And in that case, I told them too, I've got legal documentation here signed. They were not supposed to do this. They reply within a week, through mailed letter. We got your request. We're looking into it. Thank you. We'll get back to you soon. Okay. Another week goes by. It's them again. Oh, hey, wonder what they found. They must have found something out. Sorry, sir. We don't see any negative things impacting your credit score. Therefore, we can't look into this matter for you. Sorry. I sent screenshots in paper, printouts. In that stuff I sent them. What are you talking about? There's nothing on my credit score. I go pull up my credit score through my credit report. Oh, no wonder why. They wiped it clean. They took off Bank of America too? Thank you. Veritasium skyrocketing. $5,000 worth of Veritasium at the time turned to nearly 100,000. Evelyn, remember that house I sent you? The one I'm in right now, by the way. It was a joke, like maybe if crypto really went up, we'd be able to afford something like this. Remember that? We can afford it right now. I could have the down payment money, no problem. You want to try it? Yeah, why not? Okay, I'll try it. Liquidate, check my credit score. Your credit score is fine. You're sure, like this was the deep check? He goes, yeah, the second one won't be the deep check. The second one will just make sure you didn't get out any new lines of credit. So you're good. The money just has to sit in the account for 60 days because they're going to want 60 days of statement. So it can't show that the money went in until after that, or before that, whatever. So you need to wait 60 days. Okay, ask my mom. Mom, give me a reading. Is this going to work? Are they going to hit my credit again? She goes, I see you moving in. I see boxes packing. I see moving in. And I think when the inspector comes, there's 2 things he's going to find. Like maybe very minor, like, maybe dripping water under a sink or something like that, just a minor thing. And then maybe something about water pooling up. And I feel like you're going to either hear that they're aware of it and they're going to fix it, or that they've already fixed it. And he's just going to kind of walk you, or, something like that. I thought, oh, okay. So the inspector comes. Yep. One comment underneath the sink in the lower bathroom by the kitchen. When I turned the spigot off, just to test things, it dripped a couple times. And when I opened it, it dripped a couple times, but that was it. It stopped. Okay, well, that's nothing to worry about. Oh, my mom told me about that. Interesting. But that's all. The inspector didn't say anything about water pooling up somewhere. Okay. So then we move in. All that stuff happens. The owner of the house says, I'll call you and kind of show you everything, how to work the pool, and I'll give you a little walkthrough of the property. I said, okay, cool. So he comes over. We're doing a walkthrough. We go outside by the pool where the little cover is, or the back patio, whatever, by the pool. And he goes, oh yeah, when it used to rain, like a heavy downpour, this roof, it would come over the side here. So we put up a gutter to catch it. But during heavy downpours, it would be so much, it'd still come over the side. and it would come right down here, and the water would pool up by where your table, this table is over here. But what we did is we put a little grate when the water falls on the ground, so it splashes right through the grate and then comes out the side by the door to the screen door or whatever. So now it really doesn't come back in, but it used to do that. And I looked over at my wife and she's like, "Oh, your mom said that." So yeah, it's amazing. It really is amazing. So anyways, we'll see what happens. Maybe nothing. Print money. No doom. No gloom. Market hits all-time highs. It just keeps going. The banks get a backdoor bailout and nothing happens. That's a real possibility. But we got all kinds of crap about to hit us. We got the Trump impeachment thing coming up. The deep state, they want action. They want some action. So you never know. But again, like I said in my other video the other day, do they have the tools, the personnel, the power to cause a massive crash right now? Or is Trump really, really in control and there's no chance of them doing that, as much as they'd like to try to do it right now? I think he's got the power. But I do want to talk about little John Teeter and Trump next in this next video. I don't think it'll be too long. It'll be a short video. Take care.